Welcome to another Missouri Star Live. Thank you guys so much for spending your Tuesdays with us. I am Misty Doan, and I'm so happy to be here today. Glad you guys are with us. Hope you are enjoying some nice fall weather wherever you are. It's beautiful here right now. The leaves are changing. It's just awesome.
We got an excited from Utah.
Yeah, awesome.
And wait, no chat on YouTube. What's going on? What is going on
No
here?
chat on YouTube yet. Let's see if we can figure it out before we dive in too far. Is it coming?
It says one is watching. Okay. Do you see anything on YouTube, Mary?
Hold on. We're going to work through our technical difficulties here.
Well, we got 400 people on Facebook. How are you guys doing?
Thanks for being here, guys.
We got Houston.
It just says one.
Oh, you're supposed to... Oh, you don't have your phone.
I don't. Sorry.
We got Lucas from Texas.
Thanks for tuning in, you guys.
We got Lacey from Washington.
Well, if we...
Scotland,
Scotland,
Alaska.
that's awesome. Should we just dive in then? Talk about what we're doing, or...
Our stream health is healthy now. On YouTube. YouTube, let us know what's going on here. Why is there only one person watching?
I don't know. We don't usually have issues on the YouTube side. That's too bad. Well, either way.
Good.
We're good? We got it? Yes?
One person's watching, and I think it's Mary.
All right. Well, we're just gonna go ahead, so you guys aren't waiting all day. Sorry about that. Going live is quite a challenge every week. It's a lot to do. So we appreciate you guys being here. Today we're gonna make these really cute patchwork fabric pumpkins. There's two sizes. I'm gonna show you how to make this little one, but they're both made the exact same way. They're super, super simple. And so what you're gonna need for that is you're gonna need either some scrap fabric, or I used 5-inch squares of this Autumn Love line by Lori Holt for Riley Blake. It's so, so cute. All these fun fall prints, and I love that she threw in some teal. It's really cute. So to start with, for this small pumpkin here, I used the small orange peel template. And so what you're gonna do is you're gonna need 6 5-inch squares. You can stack them up a couple thick. I don't like to do more than 2 or 3, but actually let's see here. I've got a few pre-cut, so we'll just do 2. That sounds good. So make sure they're lined up pretty good, and I am using this Olfa rotating mat. You don't have to have it, but I think it makes it a little bit easier when you're cutting out these orange peel shapes. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your orange peel template and you're just gonna line it up so that it sits corner to corner on those 5-inch squares. And you're just going to cut it out, and you can use just a normal rotary cutter. And I just go like that end to end, and then we'll rotate this.
Make sure you watch your fingers.
Yeah, watch your fingers. I hold like far back away from the side that I'm cutting so that I don't have to worry.
Somebody asked, what is that quilt behind you?
Hanging behind us is the Missouri Star quilt. Jenny has a tutorial for that. And so then now I've cut both sides, and then you're gonna wanna go ahead and cut off these little ends as well. Oops. Turn that back around. Make sure our template stays lined up. Go ahead and cut off those little ends. That way you lose some of the bulk when you're sewing these together. It makes it just lay nicely. And so like I said, you're gonna need 6 of these kind of teardrop shapes. I don't know, what do you call these? An orange peel?
Yeah, orange peel.
An orange peel. So you're gonna need 6 of those. And so I have started sewing, I've sewn 3 together, but I'll show you. All you wanna do to start is just lay them right sides together. And we're gonna sew.
Amy is sad she has to watch the replay.
I'm sorry, Amy, but luckily you can catch it at the end, and this is a super fast project, so you'll still have plenty of time to make it. So you're gonna lay it right sides together, just like you would when you were sewing a normal quilt. And we're gonna use a 1/4-inch seam, but the thing that I want you to do different is we're going to backstitch at the top and bottom.
Wait, hold up. Let me get that on the other cam.
Okay.
All right, show it one more time.
So we're gonna go all the way down one of these sides, but we're gonna backstitch here at the top and down here at the bottom. And the reason that we're doing that is because we have all of these pieces that are coming together to form our pumpkin, and that's kind of where the most tension comes. And I found if I didn't backstitch, I was getting gaps and those seams at the top would want to come apart. So I really recommend backstitching at both the top and the bottom. So that's what we're gonna do. We'll take that to the machine.
Linda says she's so excited to make these pumpkins.
They're so fun. All right, so now you can see I'm kind of just trying to adapt the curve so it can be as close to my 1/4 inch line as possible, and I'm gonna go nice and slow. Sorry, I'm kind of shifting all over the place here. Just a second. We're gonna go nice and slow.
Can we like try to reset this on YouTube?
I have no idea, but we're gonna go nice and slow, take a few stitches, and then back up. And since we are working with this curve, you just wanna take your time. In fact, I'm gonna dial this back because naturally I wanna go a little faster. So just take your time and you can just slowly ease with your fingers this curve. It's not too sharp. And so now that we're coming into the end here, we're gonna back stitch again, and we're gonna go ahead and sew all the way off. And I also recommend that you wanna get those threads out of your way because once you sew more than 2 of these together, those threads really start to get into the way. So you can see we've got 2 pieces here together. And now I do recommend that you kind of turn it right side out like this, because then when you take your next piece, I've got another one cut here, you're just gonna choose one that you want to sew it to, and you're gonna do the same thing and lay it right sides together again.
Okay, hold that down close to the board there.
So see, I've turned this one out, and so now I'm gonna sew this one onto this orange side here. And I've found that like, it kind of just holds itself there when you have the other one turned completely right side out, and you can see it's just sitting right in there. And we're just gonna do the same thing, back stitch at the top, all the way down, back stitch again.
So Joyce wants to know if we sell those Missouri Star stickers that are on the little stickers on the machine.
We do, they're available on our website. And these templates that I use to cut these are also available on our website. There's a link in the post. So I'm just taking a minute and making sure that everything's still lined up. And we're making little patchwork pumpkins if you are just joining us. So take a few stitches and back stitch, and then we're gonna go all the way down, maybe. You should make a ton. They're so easy.
Yeah, Becky, make a ton. Okay? Fill your house.
Fill your house with cute little fabric pumpkins. There we go. And down to the bottom, we're gonna back stitch again. And sew off the edge. And again, we're gonna trim our threads so that they're out of our way. And so now we've got half of our pumpkin done, just as easy as that. And I've already got the other half started here. So I'm just gonna decide which way I want this to come together. If I want orange there, I think I'm gonna do it that way. So now we've got one that we're gonna wanna turn right side out, and then once you decide which ones you're going to sew together, you're gonna turn this one back in on itself so they kind of cup into each other. Make sure you guys can see this. There we go. There you go. You can see once they are tucked inside one another, they line up super easy. And so we're going to do that same thing and take it over here. Now, getting started once you're sewing.
Guys, if there's any questions, make sure you ask them. We can.
Yeah, ask away.
Oh, Dee, you hit on a perfect pot. She said your nails look
Thank
amazing.
you. I was very excited about my new nail color this morning. So the guys in the studio have been making fun of me, but thank you. I feel like it's a great color for fall. I appreciate you noticing. All right. I keep losing my presser foot down there. All right, so we're going to just get started there, and we're going to back stitch again, Like I said, I think that's one of the tricks to this project, to make sure that they really come together nicely and that everything stays together. And when you're sewing these layers together, just take your time to make sure that they're really lined up.
Are you guys having issues on Facebook seeing this video?
Facebook's fine, it seems like.
Let us know, let us know.
All right. And back stitch again. Whoops. And there we go. Whoops. All right. Okay. So now we've got almost our entire shape together. You can see we just have this one side open, and all that we are going to want to do to attach that, because we need to be able to put our filling in, what I recommend doing is I don't like to leave my opening at either the top or the bottom, but I also don't want it to be on the widest part of the curve. So I kind of start a little bit here, back stitch, and then leave about an inch opening on this one, just enough to turn it, but I don't like to do a whole lot of hand stitching, so I leave it as small as I can, and then I do the same thing, come back over here, and I do a little bit of back stitching, come all the way down to the end. So you can put it wherever you want. I just found that it laid the nicest when I did it a little bit off of center, so that's what I recommend.
We had somebody say that these would be awesome in flannel.
They would be
Or
so
wools.
cute in flannels or wools. And it seriously is such a quick project. So I know Halloween's, you know, just a little over a week away, but there's still plenty of time, and they would be cute for, you know, Thanksgiving decor too. Oops, got too much bulk there. Let's try this again. Here we go.
Pat was wondering about the template one more time.
This is the small orange peel template that I'm using for this size. And we've got a link in the description there. So let me back stitch again. And we'll pull this out and trim. And I just trim my threads as I go so I remember, because like I said, it really seemed to matter on this one. I'm going to go ahead and flip this around and come back from the other way just to make sure that I've got a nice smooth seam here.
Becky was saying these would be great for if you have kids or a dog, because if you knock them over.
Right, exactly. You don't have to worry about them breaking. Super, super simple. I'm just watching where my last stitches were to make sure I leave a big enough opening there. And then we've got that done. We're going to trim this off. And then you can see I just left a tiny opening, but it really will turn easily. You just kind of keep working it through. I just did not want to have to stitch more than I have to. And so you just keep pulling it through.
Megan's wondering about sewing on that curved edge.
I was a little worried about it. I had the idea to try it. It honestly is not hard. Just do like I said, back stitch at the top and the bottom, and just go nice and slow. And it's a gradual enough curve that you can really just ease that with the presser foot, as long as you're not going too fast. I didn't have any trouble at all. So you can see there's our empty little pumpkin. And so then we're just going to take some polyfill, or whatever you want to use to fill it. You could use fabric scraps or something, but we have some polyfill.
That's a good idea. They said to use it as a pin cushion.
A pin cushion. It would be an adorable pin cushion. So we're just going to stuff this in here. If there's any questions, let me know.
You have to be so angry when you stuff stuff all the time.
Am I angry? Sorry, I was concentrating. I'm not angry. All right, so we're just going to keep that in there. Keep going.
Man, it's weird that our stream is having a little bit of issues. Some people are having issues, some people are fine. So
sorry guys, I wonder if it's our internet.
We're not doing anything different.
Yeah, we're not sure.
I swear I didn't touch anything. It was Micah. Or Mary. It could have been her.
Nah. Everybody's trying to make it work. We're just teasing.
I'll take this one.
All right, a little bit more in there. I found I want it to be full, but not like...
Hold it on that mat there.
Sorry, okay. There we go. A little
There
bit
we go.
more, almost there.
Just kind of beat it up.
You
hit
just
it a
want to
little
make sure
bit,
it's
smack it around.
it's nice and full in there. So there we go. Yeah, you could fill it with what do they use? Steel wool for pincushion, or what is it? Or is it just regular wool for a pincushion? Someone suggested regular wool for a pincushion. They also have those like is it walnut shell? Yeah, walnut shells you could fill it with for a pincushion. Okay, so now all we're going to do, or the next thing we're going to do, is take some thread. I just went with like a taupe color. I found that it kind of blended in with all of these fabrics I was working with. So
Jan's getting a little ahead. She's already talking about the big one.
She wants to know about the big one.
No, we're gonna get there.
We're gonna get there.
We're gonna get there. It might be a little easier, but yeah.
Honestly, they're both really simple. I liked making the little ones. I think they're adorable, but they're both so cute, and I think they're both equally as easy. So I'm using a very large needle here. I don't know if you can see this against my hand, maybe.
Here we go.
And
Wait, no, down. Put it down.
Down.
On your hand.
On my hands. Just let it sit. Okay. It's very large, and I know that this is not necessarily the most ideal for finishing off your stitches here, but the reason that I went with it is because I didn't want to have to change it up. And so I used this needle for closing it, and I also then gathered the center, and I found that this big one was the easiest one to get all the way through the pumpkin. So just being honest, if you're worried about your closing your stitches over here, then feel free to use a smaller one and then swap to a big one for the center. But, all right, tie this off here.
Yeah, they were saying we could use beans or rice. You can fill them with anything.
You can fill them with anything. They're super, super quick. And well, and
then
especially
if you got beans in there or rice, that's like food storage. You know?
You just save it for later.
You crack these things open at the end of Halloween.
Steam
up that rice.
You are so weird. All right, and so then I just kind of, let me see here. This is kind of hard to show you.
Yeah, we need to go up.
I just kind of pinched. I folded under and I'm pinching these two sides. I hope you can see. Can you see it? Got it?
We got it. Yeah, we got a view.
All right, and then so all I'm doing here is similar to, you could either whip stitch. I went ahead and did, I think what we call it is a ladder stitch. That's what I've heard Jan Paddock call it. I'm not sure what the technical term is, but I just take a tiny stitch to start. Whoops, if you can see this.
Came out.
All right.
You're good, no pressure.
No pressure, I'm not worried about it. Tiny stitch to start. I'm gonna lean down so I can see better. And then I go down straight across one side of the fabric. So I'm working on the orange side here. I go down a little bit and I come back out the top. And then I come across to make sure my seams are tucking. It's wanting to pinch through there. Come back across and just get a tiny bit of that green fabric directly across from where I came up. And then I'm just going to keep going down. Now I'm on the green side. I'm kind of alternating. Can you see this?
Suzanne's blaming it on me.
Suzanne's blaming it on you. That's funny. Oops, I lost my thread there. That is one of the dangers of the big needle. The eye is not as good at keeping a hold of that little thread. There we go. Make sure I've got more tail. All right, so then you can see we're just going to keep that pinched. My threads come up right here. I hope you can see. And we're going to go straight across where it came out on the green side. We're going to go in on the orange side. And we're going to go straight down a little bit and come back up. We're going to pull that through. And it kind of makes an invisible stitch. And so then we're going to do the same thing, straight across, down. I'm making a little bit bigger than I normally do. I usually take pretty small stitches.
Aw, Charlene says, Misty, you're adorable and I enjoy watching you.
Thank you, Charlene. That's so sweet.
That is sweet.
I enjoy doing this. It's fun. So you see, we've grabbed some orange there.
Ooh, it looks like we have 3 watchers on YouTube now.
3 watchers on YouTube now. We're not sure what is happening on the YouTube side.
Something is going on.
There we go.
Yeah, we normally have about 1,000 there too.
All right. Almost done. Since
They are going to be so mad.
They're going to be disappointed. I'm so sorry, YouTube. All right. Hopefully we can get it up there somehow. Almost done. Just a few more
asking
stitches.
if we cut. We didn't cut. We're just sewing, hand stitching.
Yeah, I'm just hand stitching the part that I left open. You do not have to hand stitch all of this project for sure. All right, let me just tie this off. Oops, my last little bit.
This is where I go into my stand-up routine. Is that what you guys?
Yeah, tell some jokes, Jake.
All right, so three guys walked into a bar.
Oh no, maybe don't tell jokes. I don't know.
And the fourth guy ducked.
There we go. Very good. Very good.
That was Mary. You heard in the background.
Mary laughing in the background.
She loves that slapstick comedy.
All right, I'm just taking a few stitches. I'm going to knot this off and I'm going to trim it. I don't know what I've done with my scissors, so I'm just going to use my thread cutter. There we go. All right, so now you want to kind of decide which side you want to be your top and which side you want to be your bottom. And for this part, I went ahead and doubled my thread, so I pulled them even just to kind of give it some extra strength since I am making it work a little bit harder.
Raven joined.
Hey, Rave. All right, I'm going to put a nice
from Seattle.
Nice big knot in it. And I went ahead and started with this knot. I don't know if you can see. It's a big messy knot. I did that on purpose because I don't want it to pop through. And when I attach the stem, you're not going to see it anyway. So I recommend making sure your knot is nice and big. And then I just felt with my fingers where those seams come together on the top and bottom. And I just kind of work and make sure that my needle is going through both.
A little bit lower.
There you go. See there? So we've come through.
We're chasing you.
Sorry. You come through and you do kind of have to hold it in place for the first few stitches because that stuffing is going to want to work against you. But just keep going back and forth. I go through about 6 or 8 times just to make sure. Just
we had
right
somebody
there in the
say
center.
You could just go through and hot glue that seam closed.
You could hot glue it closed. That's absolutely true. Actually, on one of these, I also used like, what is that, Steam-a-seam? I used that on the opening because I was in a hurry to get these display ones done.
Well, and especially if you're making it with kids, they might not have the patience to sit
to
through the
hand sew it.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's a great point. You guys always have such good ideas.
Well, and they make some great fabric glues as well.
All right, so as you can see, I'm just taking a bunch of stitches. It's way easier now. I'm not having to work as hard to keep it in place now that I've got a few through there. And I'm just going to take this back up through the top and put a knot in place. Knot it a couple times. It shouldn't go anywhere.
Just a little bit.
Sorry, can you see it?
There you go. Yeah,
there you go. So I'm just knotting through here. There we go. And let me find my scissors so I can trim that. Just trim that up. And so it's really as quick as that. And then what I did, where did I put it? On these little ones, you can see I've got this little leaf. We have this mini orange peel template. And so I made my leaf using the mini orange peel template. And so I just did the exact same thing that we did to make the pumpkin, except for I went ahead and stitched on both sides. So I started here and I stitched and went all the way around, left a little opening and turned it. And this one I did glue closed. I just used a little apple glue and pressed it down and tucked it in there. Do you want me to sew this little tiny one, or do you guys think you get the gist?
No, I think you're good.
Think you got it? Okay. And so then all that I did is, so we'll just pretend, here's our little leaf.
Penny wants to see the hand sewn seam on the one we did.
The hand sewn seam. Oh, this one's pretty sloppy because I didn't take a lot of time. I was trying to get through it.
No judging, guys.
No judging.
No judging.
But you can see.
All right, here we go.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
Got it. So
nothing
fancy, just a quick stitch to hold it closed. And so then I found a little twig in the yard, and we just, broke it up in little pieces, and I just used a little bit of hot glue, and just like so. That was it.
Hey, wait, let me see that.
So see, just a little twig with, I put some hot glue on the bottom, and I just literally sat the leaf right there in the middle, and just with the hot glue on the twig, I just held it all together. And so you can see these turned out so cute. I love them. And another fun...
All right, let's talk about the big one, huh?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Okay, sweet.
So another fun version, you can make this larger one. We have this large orange peel template, which uses 10-inch squares instead of 5-inch squares, which how cute is this? It's just as easy, if not easier, since you're working with larger pieces to turn those curves and things like that. It does take a little more fluff, but it is just as simple. So super, super cute, super easy. Another thing you could do if you wanted, a lot of the fabric pumpkins, they take more of your thread and they kind of gather up on these seams, but I thought the patchwork kind of did that itself, and so I didn't really think it was necessary. If you wanted to try it, I'd love to see it. That would be really fun. But yeah, so this one uses this large orange peel template for the different sections of your pumpkin, and then I used the small orange peel template to make the leaf on this one. So super versatile.
Somebody said a wine cork would be a cool...
Oh, a wine cork would be adorable for a stem. That would be so, so cute. Yeah, there's so many options. You could tie a little bit of like raffia or a ribbon around it. A wooden spool would be so cute. Absolutely. Any of those things would be great, and we'd love to see them. And like I said, super, super quick project. Plenty of time to get it done before Halloween or Thanksgiving. So we hope you guys will give it a try.
They also said you could take a pipe cleaner and twist it on there as a vine.
Yeah, absolutely, as some vines. That would be so cute. It's like, the possibilities are endless, really. It's just a really fun project. So give it a try. I can't wait to hear what you think, and we'll see you later.
No.
No? We're not done?
We're not leaving yet.
Oh, Jake says no. Okay.
Okay. No, they wanted to know how big the large template is.
So this large template is made to use on 10-inch squares. Let me grab one.
Let's just measure it real quick, and we'll see. Give you an overall.
What do you mean? Well,
like
it
from
fits,
end to end, yeah.
It fits on a 10-inch square corner to corner, so...
What is that,
13 and a half.
13 and a half
end
inches
to end.
is the big one.
So I can show you how to cut one of those out real quick if you want me to. We'll grab one of these 10-inch squares.
We're good. I'm just trying to get to these last through. They said stack 3 and make a snowman.
Oh yeah, that would be adorable.
They like the wine cork.
They like the wine cork idea.
Might be fun.
I almost did a cinnamon stick. That's a great idea. All right.
Somebody asked if you're out of breath.
My sinuses are bothering me, so I'm not really out of breath. I just can't. Well, I guess I am. I can't breathe. So thank you for worried about me.
I think this went great though.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Sorry guys if the stream was messed up.
Yeah, we're not sure. We live in a really small town, so sometimes our internet just does crazy things. But we appreciate you guys being here. We will not be live next week. We've got a lot happening between now and then. We're going to Waco for Ginny on the Road, so there's a few tickets left for that second show. So if you want to come see us in Waco, Texas, we will be there on Saturday, just a few days. That's going to be really fun. So no live next Tuesday, but we will see you the week after that. And have a happy, happy Tuesday. See you later.
See ya. Oh, wait, we're still live? Okay, there we go.